If the three APC governors who went to court were IGBOS, they could have been linked to IPOB, SANI says. And that is true, right? That is true, because those three governors were actually not protecting the interest of Nigerians. That is the governor of Kaduna State, the governor of Kogi State, and the governor of Zamfara State that went to protest so that court can bar the federal government and the CBN from banning the old Naira notes. If these governors were Igbos, they would have said they have interest, they want to move money, they want to do this, they want to sponsor IPOB, they want to sponsor ESN. They would have put so many things on them, and the next thing they will find a way to castigate them. Okay? So that is what is happening. If these three governors were Igbos, they would have been linked to IPOB. That is what SANI is saying. Now, wow. And that is the truth anyway, because the Fulanis, the Hausas, they hate Igbos to the core. They hate Igbos to the core. So let's see what SANI has to say more. Former Kaduna Central lawmaker and a member of the People Democratic Party, Senator SHEHU SANI, has reacted to the verdict of the Supreme Court over the deadline for the old Naira notes. It is no longer news that on Wednesday, during the court sitting in Abuja, the Supreme Court lifted the ban temporarily on the old Naira notes, the 200, 500, and 1,000 Naira notes. For some weeks now, Nigerians have been lamenting the issue of the new Naira notes that suddenly went out of circulation. However, this is coming after the CBN gave an order that the old Naira note should be returned. However, the CBN observed that the deadline could not be met, so it was extended from January 31st to February 10th. However, again, during the period, three APC governors, Yahaya Bello of Kogi State, Bello Matawale of Zamfara, and Nasser El-Rufai of Kaduna had gone to the Supreme Court to file for an extension. Then the ruling of the court on Wednesday, with the ruling of the court on Wednesday, the deadline was now being suspended pending the hearing of the main suit. Reacting to the verdict, the former Kaduna lawmaker said if those who charged the case to court were from the southeast, the situation could have been different. In a post that he made on his verified Twitter page on Wednesday, he said if the three governors were from the southeast, they would have been linked to the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. Okay? Exactly. So that is his own comment verified on his Twitter handle. Okay. So it's quite it's quite funny anyway. Really very, very, very funny. I think the judgment that came yesterday shocked why some Nigerians, especially the APC members, were jubilating. All right, some other Nigerians who understood the implication with respect to the planned vote buying by some politicians are also not happy with it. They lambasted the judgment. Okay, and that same yesterday, because of that, we saw how coalition of civil society organizations protested yesterday at the front of CBN, asking the CJN, Chief Justice of Nigeria, to go and revert that ex-party order, to go and cancel it. And also ask Buhari to use his executive power to use executive order to also cancel it. Okay, and I think they have called in the Attorney General of the Federation, Malami, into it. We will bring up what Malami is saying about it as well. But I know that court instruction obviously will be overruled in a short while. It's not going to stand. I trust Buhari and I trust people that are fighting it from the federal government end of it, because we know Just like other Nigerians are saying, if it's a price we are going to pay for now, that let so be. All right, but let not allow unscrupulous politicians to use the money they have stacked to buy votes and then succeed in scuttling the election or influencing the outcome of the election by financial inducement on the electorate. Because that is the reason people are trying to bear the suffering and say, let the 10th of February be 10th of February. Nothing else. Let 10th of February be 10th of February. We cannot continue like this. All right. Let those people that have heaped 22.5 billion naira in Kano, let them go and find a way to return it to the bank now, because 10th is 10th. 10th is 10th. We know that people are suffering. But if it's a price to pay to have a free and fair election that will bring in the right person into power, I think it worth it. That is my own view. I think it worth it. I know people don't have money anymore. People don't have what they are going to eat. It's quite challenging. Unfortunately, we're in a system where the government has nothing to offer the people. It's also quite unfortunate. But then, what else will the government do to stop vote buying? Because if they remove that tent and allow people to use all these politicians to use their old naira notes by up to the election time, then the government, the CBN, the INEC, the security agencies, they must do something to prevent vote buying, because we know some unscrupulous elements in the politics that have planned, in the political parties that have planned for vote buying, and they are the people that this thing is hurting, and they are also the people that are taking government to court, in the pretense that Nigerians are suffering, but in the real sense, they have an agenda. There's something they want to achieve, which is vote buying. Yeah, some people have made some comments here against or for what SHEHU SANI is saying. Okay, somebody said, then failure is working for IPOB to disrupt the country. That's what they will say. Lies, all right, does not benefit anyone. Why? It's not lying now. What he's saying is true. Okay, then somebody said, how can a former and respected senator be saying this? What do you want to gain? Are you not setting up one tribe against another? It's not setting any tribe. We have seen the obvious hatred that the Hausas and Fulanis have on the IGBOS, and that is the truth. So it's not setting up. It's been set up already by the Hausas and the Fulanis. If those governors were from the IGBOS, they would say they are IPOB. That's the truth. So that is really true. That what somebody say here. Most times your write-up makes no sense. It makes sense. It makes sense. Okay. It makes sense very well. Okay. Somebody say the man is a clown. Yeah. He has been speaking the truth all along. He has not kept quiet. It is pure truth. Haters of the IGBOS, Yoruba, South, and Hausa. That is it. That is it. Just collect your queries and live there. Your story is half truth, half lie. Nothing they happen. It's not half truth, half lie. That is what it is. He's always hitting the nail on the head. That's what somebody just said here. A very reliable and consistent fellow. Many Nigerians are respected. That is true. Okay? And that is the truth. So SANI has just hit the nail on the head again. And I know that all those Igbo haters will definitely be angry about it. They won't let it land. Okay? They say in Nigeria, some animals are more equal than others. Kudos to you, sir, for speaking out. This government shall come to pass. That is PDP government. Okay. SANI's statement is one of the many reasons why Igbos want independent Biafra, or a country that will treat them inclusively without discrimination, inequality, inequity, and unfairly. A country where everyone will be equal before the law and the policy. Exactly. So that's exactly this. The hatred all other tribes have on the Igbos. That's the reason they're agitating for Biafra and they want to go their way. Plain truth, it is better to be separated from them. Exactly. And that is what somebody is saying here. Wow. Okay. So, somebody say he is merely hitting nail on your head. The three governors went to court to alleviate the suffering of Nigeria. Hey, That is the truth they're hiding on. They hide under that truth, but they have another hidden agenda. Nobody can liken such move to IPOB because the body feels happy when Nigeria is in confusion. Can you imagine? How can you say IPOB feels happy when Nigeria is in confusion? It is not true. They always believe that it is in the midst of the confusion that they can realize the doctrine of Biafra. All videos and write-ups can set one tribe against the other always emanate from them, but they have forgotten that Nigerians are wiser than their cunning senses. Nothing. This person is just writing his own. This is an Igbo man. Okay? This is a Yoruba man writing this. But the truth is what SANI has said. But anything the Igbos do is taken like it's a crime. Okay? It's taken like a crime. So thank you for listening. This is what SHEHU SANI is saying, that if the three governors, APC governors that took government to court on the deadline of old Naira notes were to be Igbos, they would link them to IPOB. So let's hear your take on this as well, and thank you for listening.